Hi Leo, welcome to your reading for December 2022. This is going to be for Libra, not Libra, Leo. It's so funny. I just did the same thing and I had to stop the video and start it over again. And there I am saying Libra again. Someone must be connected to a Libra or have a Libra on their mind. Anyway, this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided, so say maybe some of you are a Libra, or you're just checking on a Leo's energy. You know, it's interesting because I just shot your video, and of course I thought it was fantastic, and then I went to retrieve it, and it said the file is corrupt. It's the most frustrating thing in the world because, you know, it's like, at least I do. I know a lot of tarot readers do, like, really pour all of our energy, like we leave it on the table, and we can feel those like special messages, even if you don't feel them right away. I trust in time that you will, if they're meant for you. So it's like, feels devastating when that happens, and that happened to Cancer last month. I don't know, something's in retrograde. But if I can figure it out, how to uncorrupt them without having to pay, because I tried, and as soon as you hit like fix, and then a screen comes up where you have to pay, so I can't do that right now. So you know, they'll come around if they're meant to come around. I will let you know if there's any synchronicities though. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary Oracle. We're going to use the Crystal Vision Tarot for our clarifiers, or to go to level deeper. And I'm using the same cards because I want to see the synchronicities. And then we're using the Tarot of Dreams for your main spread. So let's start with Mother Mary. Many of you know I have quite a few Libra, God, why do I want to keep saying Libras? Leos close to my heart. I also have a few Leos who are in the membership program, so shout out to you. Okay. Let's begin. We have mercy. That's what I was just asking for when I was trying to figure where your video went. I was asking for mercy. Give me some mercy. And then I realized I just got to do another one. You know what I mean? It's like I can spend hours and hours fighting and figuring and trying to figure it out and come to no solution, or I'm just going to do another one. So that's what I came to the conclusion. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Mercy. I feel like it's exactly what the world needs right now. Alright, let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Let's give them a couple shuffles, even though they're pre-shuffled. Like, if the same messages come out, I want them to work to come out. You know, it's like, that's how I look at tarot. Like, really, I trust in my spirit guides that the right cards will come out, and that the story will, like, it almost like comes off the page for me. So these are just the tool, I guess, that opens up the eye. Alright. Let's go ahead and give them a cut. I am going to read them off the top of the deck. Okay. We'll take that one. Just what I'm feeling guided to do. It's what I did in the last one. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Be interesting if they were all the same cards. Let's see. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's funny, she's looking back. We have the Page of Wands. Leo. Aries, Sagittarius. Can be you of a younger time. It can be someone of a younger time, you know. It really talks about what's in the atmosphere. And this is charged. This is charged energy. It's funny, I always feel like this page is giving me the side eye. We have the Two of Wands. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have Temperance. Divine timing. It's interesting because the Queen of Wands is coming above that. First of all, Temperance is the card of Sagittarius. But beyond that, Temperance is a lesson in patience, really. And in why do I have to be patient? Because things need to come to fruition. You know, maybe there's experiences that I need to gain. If it speaks of partnership, maybe there's experiences they need to gain. And maybe when we come together, we become each other's greatest teacher instead of each other's, you know, sometimes when we try it like too soon, it's like it becomes a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. So, divine timing. You know, I had someone leave a comment about that, and I'm not sure, I can't remember it exactly, but I know it wasn't positive. More like saying, oh, like, I guess they weren't believing in divine timing, and I get it, because the Seven of Cups would kind of say that at the same time. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have the Four of Wands. I'm sorry, the Four of Pentacles. We have the Tower. Underneath that, Two of Wands. And then we have the Five of Swords, which did come up in the last reading. And it's funny because what came over it was the Seven of Wands, and what's connected to this time is the Seven of Cups. Clearly, with the Tower and the Five of Swords so close together. Let me bring this down a little bit. So close together. They must affect each other. Five of Swords is about the toxicity that's around me. Can be bad communication, confusing communication, almost like I speak it and it's like they think I speak a different language. Like, what the heck? It's interesting because what's mirroring it is Temperance. Again, about divine timing, and it's not always us waiting on the universe. Sometimes the universe is waiting on us. Right? Make a choice. Make a decision. Alright, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. With the Ace of Cups, I feel like this Queen, that's what she's looking at. Because she's looking right back this way. And now we have the Ace of Cups. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. It's interesting because this Queen, again, don't worry about, you know, that it's not a fire sign. It doesn't matter. This is talking about maybe it's someone who's looking for, you know, stability in their life. And in the Seven of Cups, you know, maybe they're trying to make a decision of moving on from something that you know, I kind of feel like they feels toxic. Or I can put it another way, like I feel like there's better out there, with whatever that may be. It's interesting because now I feel Temperance's energy even more about maybe some of the waiting is on us. You know, maybe I'm dealing with someone who, I don't know, I get this feeling like communication is just ridiculously hard. And it just is. Communication is hard, you know. Maybe someone ghosts me and then right when I'm ready to move on, bam, they call me. Well, you know. Seven of Cups is trying to make a decision about something. And it is in the emotional house. And that's signified by the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Let's bring in the crystal vision. I kind of get an idea of what's going on here. I get this feeling that someone is, whether they're in like some difficult energy right now, whether that's caused by a person or people. I feel like this Queen is realizing that maybe what I want doesn't exist here. It doesn't live here anymore. Doesn't mean it doesn't live somewhere else. I don't really see much energy of movement yet, except for the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is like, you know, it's almost like the energy of saying yes. I can see it right in front of me, even if it's through my mind's eye. All right, let's get into this a little deeper. I like another ace. Look at this. Two aces. Okay, so now we have two aces of cups. One right over this Queen. And she's looking right at the other. I feel like this Queen is, it's kind of like I've had enough of something. And it's funny, she's looking back. Now, doesn't necessarily mean someone of a younger time, even though the page is right beside her. So she could be thinking about someone of a younger time, a younger period. And there are two aces of cups. You know. And then, hello, the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this. Like, ace, ace, ace. Three aces. It's like a winning hand. Ace of Pentacles, that talks about something that's coming into your physical world. So this isn't just about like the idea of love and how I want love to be. You know what I mean? And it's not about like, well, love isn't like that right now. So I'm closing myself off. Well, maybe I should close myself off to that. Because that doesn't have to be what this is. Feels like quite the opposite. Doesn't mean to regret it, just learn from it. I don't know. But the Ace of Pentacles tells me this is coming into your physical world. Three aces. Wow. Look at that. We go from the Page of Wands now to the King. I feel like someone's had some growth. Someone has had some growth. It's like from a younger time to the present day moment. I like that the King is showing up. It's this relating to love. And by the way, you know, I don't know how it can't be with all these aces. Whatever it may be, though. I definitely feel the Page of Wands is now this person currently. Sitting over the Two of Wands. You know, you did have two kings in your last reading, but I can't remember which ones. Doesn't matter. Well, with the Empress. You know, I love seeing that, and I love that it's sitting next to the King. That she's sitting next to the King. And why? Because I feel like this is someone who, let's say this is going to be like the beginning of a love affair. I feel like this is someone who would see your importance, see you for who you are. I don't feel like it's it's like I don't have to be defensive. I don't have to be worried. I don't have to be anything but just in love. It's funny, I feel like there's been a lot of kings in the readings lately who are admiring these queens and what it is they do. You know, what they bring to the world. This queen's a very creative person. You know, she moves according to her epiphanies. And listen, she didn't get there overnight. It took her experiences. It took her taking chances. It took her to learn to trust her own energy instead of anything else. And there's the King. Just kind of looking at her. You know, it's interesting. Now, do I think it could be this simple? No. I mean, maybe. I'm not going to put a limit on it. But I feel like this queen is dealing with something that is difficult. And I feel like she is already thinking that it's the end. It's the end. And I feel like her heart, you know, maybe belongs, or at least she feels like it belongs to another. Now, maybe she knows who it is, maybe she doesn't. But with the Page right beside there, it does feel like it's someone of a younger time. A younger time. And it's interesting because I feel like, because I'm thinking about this person, does it then cause them to start thinking about me? You know what I mean? Especially if this is a higher type of love. And I feel like with the Empress, it is talking about someone who is able to have a high vibration. Now, that doesn't mean everything is then solved and life is a piece of cake. No, you know, it's like when the energy, arises that, you know, could throw you off course, you recognize it. And because you recognize it now, you can be like, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not even going to do that. You know what I mean? Anyway, 6 of Wands. Wow. Kind of feels like someone who's willing to put you on a platform, or vice versa, or you're putting each other on a platform. Excuse me. 6 of Wands is the energy of victory. It's, you know, I kind of feel alluring energy. It's where, you know, maybe I'm on my platform and it just feels right. And other people, like-minded. And listen, I don't have to be like-minded, but something, you know, calls everyone together, so to speak. Well, okay, I guess that clarifies that with the 6 of Cups. So, you know, it's funny because, again, when this queen is stuck in this energy, it's almost like then when I lay my head down on my pillow, my heart goes there. My heart goes back. Because this would be someone that I do have, you know, those memories I keep within. And I know exactly what that means. You know, it doesn't mean that, like, because I'm thinking of it or even whatever, that I'm trying to create it. It's just an escape. Well, I kind of feel like that escape, almost like that energy of what I think about, I bring about, and sometimes I don't even know it. Let me grab a drink real quick. Coming right over that page too, and the Ace of Pentacles above it. So, well, hello Leo. So, the card of Leo, the ruler of Leo, the sun. I kind of love that the sun is now coming over the tower. So, does it feel like a brand new day, right? A brand new dawn? Like something has happened between the thought and then the action starts happening. Now, I don't know how much time. I guess part of it, because you do have divine timing here, I guess part of it is like, you know, when I can realize, you know, what is holding me back from having the type of life I want to have. And it's easy to get stuck, right? Because even that feels comfortable. If I've been stuck in something for a while, it's just what I'm used to. It's still, sometimes it can feel easier to stay in it than to leave it. Yet, I feel like this is different. I love that the sun came out. Okay, let's keep going. Phew, look at that. The 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. You know, I feel like one energy is replacing the energy. So, for this queen, I've been stuck in this Five of Swords energy, right? Like just toxic people or toxic communication, and things start landing in my mental house, and you know, the Seven of Cups above it can be chaotic. It can feel chaotic. And I've been trying to make a decision. Should I stay? Should I go? But then when I lay my head down on a pillow, it's like my heart goes somewhere else. So that tells me that probably the love here drained out. Like it's over. And it's okay. Like it's okay. You know, not everything lasts forever. But some things do. So, I feel like as I am thinking or daydreaming or, you know, dreaming about, you know, this person or this energy, you know, maybe I'm thinking of unconditional love. Maybe I'm thinking of stability and all that. I feel like, bam, they show up. Now, how did they show up? I don't know. They could like physically come to your house. You may get a phone call at your house. You know, I kind of feel like you're at home. Now, it doesn't mean you can't do it. Like if maybe you're meant to do that. But look at where it ends up at the 10 of Cups. And where it was, the 5 of Swords. Wow. That's like a complete 180. That is an abundant household. You know, and abundance can mean money. It can mean the way you feel, right? Like, you know, there's been times in my life when I literally had no money, but I can think that, I can feel that they were like the happiest, like I was so happy at that time. So, it's however you measure it. But it does talk about more than one person. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in between. Right in between. We have the Wheel. Destiny. It's funny. Circle of the Pentacle and the Wheel. Some people think if you say destiny, then if it doesn't happen, like, oh my God, I'm not, excuse me, I'm not living out my destiny. But you also have to remember your free will, and you're allowed to have free will. I don't feel like there's anyone judging you on what you're doing. I think that comes in the form of karma. I don't know. Anyway, we have the Nine of Cups. Hello. We have, what the heck, the Eight of Swords. And then we have the Five of Swords. Honestly, I feel like this is someone trying to make a decision. And I feel like on one side of the board I have the Wheel with the Nine of Cups. And that tells me that the change would do you well, would do you good. Like, Nine of Cups is where you feel fulfilled. You feel happy. You're happy. Even if you're struggling, it's like you feel this harmony within. It's like trusting energy. Trusting these aces. Holy crap. But then on the other side of that, you have the Eight of Swords, which again is that self-created prison that's connected to that Five of Swords again. So, it's very clear to see that the Eight of Swords was created due to the Five of Swords. Other people. But then it became, it's almost like, we know this to be true. If you tell a lie enough times, then to some people it then becomes the truth. Even though it's still a lie. But in the Five of Swords, it's like, well, it don't matter. They don't get it. But there was this prison created out of it. Now, the only person who can free themselves from the Eight of Swords is the person who created it. But it's really, I think it's like a mind, I don't know. You could have had the energy of just like, energy that's been against you, or where you just didn't feel like you could be yourself. And over here, like you are totally yourself. Totally yourself. And I feel like there's someone who wouldn't have it any other way. But it almost doesn't matter about them. It matters about you. Okay. I feel like I don't want to leave it there. So I'm just going to take a couple right under it. We have, look at that, the Three of Wands. And I feel like that's all we need, because if I put it right there, it's my intention. It's my will. It's how I choose to look at life. I can look at all that can be. Just because I can't see my ships doesn't mean my ships aren't coming in. Why wouldn't they be? Well, because somebody told you that they wouldn't be. Well, what do they know? Three of Wands is really believing in you, because the three really does speak about you. And it's a great way of looking at life. So I feel like to some of you it's like an answer, right? Like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, look at the Three of Wands. What if you were sitting in the Three of Wands and looking at, or think of it a different way. This is you sitting in the Three of Wands, and you know that whatever decisions and seeds that you plant right now will be your future. So do I allow myself to stay in this prison because they told me so? Or do I break free? And no matter what I do, whether I accept the rest, this is still a completely different way of looking at life. And it is connected to the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is connected to the Wheel. It's almost like your guide is saying, we want you happy. We want you happy. Don't blame us for the things that didn't make you happy. We sent you signs. We sent the signs. And I know, because a lot of people think, well, tarot readers got their life together. No, we don't. You know what I mean? But I do know when there's a sign. I feel it. I know it. But it doesn't always mean I listen to it. So, Three of Wands, I am. Three of Wands, I'm understanding that, listen, even like maybe what I'm thinking about, I'm bringing about subconsciously. And then it shows within the physical. And I think I'm going to leave it there, though I do want to read Mercy. See what that wants to tell you. Let me grab another drink real quick. Okay. Mercy. This card asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself or others, and to consciously speak in loving and empowering ways. That's the Empress. The higher energy generated by positive words will insulate you from negativity. This is the true meaning of judge not, lest ye be judged. Amen. And I'm going to leave it there. And again, I'm going to thank you for being with me for 2022. Whether you, and I know some of you have been with me from the beginning. Just my growth from then to now has been tremendous, and I know it. I feel it. I'm much more open, even though I was open then. Very much more open. Anyway, so I thank you, and anyone new, I thank you for joining, becoming part of the family, and to my members and just everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's to a great 2023. Remember, it is a spiritual time, and it is a time, it is meant to be a little slower, but that is so that we can have introspection. And again, it's not about judging, right? Sometimes it's about, what do I want? Two Aces of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Hello. And the Wheel. And the Sun. And the Ten of Pentacles. And the Empress. And someone else. Alright. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.